Hi, I'm Madison, and my sister Alice and I have the same hair. It really pisses me off. So one day, I decided to do something. I decided to get rid of my sister and her hair once and for all. You know what I mean? Having identical hair is like having identical clothes, you know? The only difference is that clothes can be taken off. My sister and I were completely different, but we were still confused because of our hair. Because no one else had hair like ours, naturally pearly pink. Yes, I didn't misspeak. Our hair color is natural. It's the same length, up to our buttocks. It is slightly wavy and shiny, luxurious hair, in a word. Thanks to it, we became popular at school. A lot of people envied us, but it pissed me off that nature had given us both this hair. My boyfriend Will went to our school too. He was popular, so my pairing with him was a delight. But my sister decided not to waste her time with her boyfriends. She was looking for ways to generate income from her hair. I thought the idea was delusional because nothing is more important than love, right? Will supported me in everything. The only thing that pissed him off too was Alice's hair. Well, that's because it pissed me off in the first place. Anyway, one day, Alice came home and said she was signing an advertising contract for a lot of money. Dad and Mom were happy, saying how proud they were of her, that she had achieved what she wanted. I couldn't get a word out when I heard the amount. Alice was happy. "Finally, my hair will bring me money in beauty salon advertising," she said. I asked if my hair would be good enough for an ad too, and my sister said she'd find out, but the advertiser said one was enough. Angry, I went to my room, where I immediately called my lover to complain. First, Will talked about how my hair was better and prettier. Then he said I didn't need it. But no, I was fired up about making money too. Then just make it so it's not her who goes to the shoot. How's that? Maybe get in the way of her hair. Just cut it off. Will's words sounded creepy. I even swallowed, and then he said goodbye to me. Can I do that to her? She's my sister. No, I'm not that cruel, I told myself and went to bed. However, after a couple of days of filming, Alice's popularity increased. Plus, she was also now loaded with money. Yeah, your sister's more popular than you are now. I wonder if her hair is better, or is she just prettier? Other than that, you're different. That's what my friends said to my face. I was filled with anger at those words. At recess, I suggested that Will and I go for a walk, and I told him that I was having a horrible day. Well, they're right about something. What do you mean? Well, to me you're the best, but people think your sister is prettier, and her hair is more… Wait, so you're taking my sister's side now? No, baby, I'm just telling you what's out there. Those are the facts. If you don't like something, just change it. I went home with my head loaded. Then Alice came into the room and said she had to urgently buy a laptop for work. Well, buy it. What's the problem? Haven't you got money? Yes, but I already spent it. What do I do? I don't know. Maybe go and steal one? I'm going to a meeting. I've got another contract coming up. My sister's career, her money, and my boyfriend's words were weighing on me so hard, and I couldn't get the phrase, get rid of it and steal it, out of my head. And the rest, it was all a blur. The idea started to come up on its own. For the next 2 days, I walked around in a hat all the time, hiding my hair. Even my parents asked me why, Will and my friends from school, and I told them my hair was just dirty. Then I put on my sister's clothes and went to a big store that had video surveillance. I went in there, covering my face with my hair. Then I stole a laptop, the newest and most expensive one from the counter, and walked out of there. I hid it under the bed at home. I changed my clothes and ran to the bathroom, where I dyed my hair blue. Then I went to the beauty salon, got my makeup done, and called Will to come with me to a party at a club. We spent the evening there, and the next day, Alice was running around the house yelling. What the hell are you yelling for? I asked. Somebody went to the store and stole a computer, and this someone was mimicking me, similar clothes, and most importantly, my hair. By the way, what happened to your hair? My sister asked. I said I dyed it a couple of days ago. Strange, I didn't notice. I wore a hat all the time, so you didn't. Oh, right. Imagine that, someone decided to set me up. No way, it can't be. Then there was a knock at our house. The police had come for my sister. I didn't expect that. I just wanted to embarrass her, but not this. My parents were shocked. They went to the station with her, and I sat and looked under the bed where my stolen laptop was. I told Will all about it, and he advised me to dye my hair again and to ask for publicity. Well, what's the big deal? If she's unlucky, maybe you'll be lucky, he said, and I agreed with him, as cynical as it sounded. But they wouldn't sign a contract with me. Your sister's reputation is ruined, which means we can't work with you either, they told me. Then Will called me and asked where the computer was. I told him where, then I asked him why, and he said, just making sure you're okay. Let's go out to dinner. I was so relieved, to be honest, because there had been a lot of negativity lately. I figured a little relaxation wouldn't hurt. I waited for Will at the restaurant for an hour and a half. He wasn't answering his phone, and I got even angrier. I came home angry and went into the room where my sister was sitting. Oh, are you okay? Did they let you out? Yep. What did the police say? They let me out on bail. Did you dye your hair? Yeah, blue doesn't look good on me. Okay. Or were you just trying to cover your tracks? What are you talking about? Your boyfriend came by. I saw him pulling a gray laptop out from under the bed. A new one, just like the one I supposedly stole. I knew she knew everything. I started crying, begging for forgiveness, said that I didn't think that would be so and that I'm ashamed. Okay, him? He's a moron, but you're my sister. How could you? Was it my fault for going after my goal while you were running around with him on dates? She was right. I repented and said I was terribly ashamed. Surprisingly, my sister reacted calmly. She said it was no big deal and that she understood from the moment she noticed my blue hair. You loved it too, like I did. I have a present for you, she said and took my hand. We went to the garage in the backyard of the house. Alice opened it and Will was sitting there. I was shocked. He was tied up and the very same laptop was lying next to him. Would I just let him run away with a stolen computer? He's going to go to the police and tell them everything, Alice said. Will first threatened to put me and my sister behind bars. You have no right to keep me like this. I'll report you, both of you. Standing up to each other, both rotten. I hate you. How can you say that? And you shut up. You're not just mean, you're stupid. Then Alice showed me a video of him stealing computers and phones. Found it online. I think the dude in the video looks just like you. What do you think? The police will be interested, she said, and Will begged for mercy. I'll do whatever you say. Just don't call the police, please, please. I just need the money. I didn't wish you any harm. What do you say? Alice acted so calmly that I was even frightened by her behavior. She took advantage of her old connections and invited Will to the shoot. Within a couple of days, all of his popularity had failed, tarnished. Everyone was watching commercials for drugs for constipation with his participation. Also, Alice did show a surreptitiously recorded video of Will telling her that he was the one who made me steal the computer because he wanted to sell it on the black market. So that's how my sister figured out my boyfriend. To say that I was embarrassed is nothing. And one thing I learned from this story is that I will never go after guys again. Because today there are guys, tomorrow there aren't. And my sister is always here, especially because she's so beautiful and so smart. Hi guys, my name is Evelyn. I want to tell you a story about how an incident happened in my life that changed it. I lost my beautiful face. I was terribly ill, but in the end, I pulled myself together and regained not only my confidence, but also the attention of boys. They just run after me in droves every day. Do you want to know how it happened and what I did? Then watch my story to the end. About 1.5 years ago, my parents and I went to the hospital to visit my sick uncle, Todd. I didn't really want to go there, but my parents insisted, like he had a complicated operation and all that. I agreed. There were a lot of people in the hospital that day, including the sick, the elderly, and children who were brought there. At the sight of this picture, I felt a little uneasy, but I didn't show it. After talking to my uncle, I asked my mother to sit in the cafeteria to pass the time with a glass of juice. While I was going down the stairs, I was accidentally pushed 5 times by someone. I was so annoyed. And when I went to the cafeteria, there were almost no empty seats, and I had to wait. In the end, a place became vacant, and I went there and almost head-on collided with another girl. I got here a few seconds earlier than you. Oh no, I've been waiting in line for 20 minutes. So what? I got here before you and that's it. No, this is my place. Mine. We argued for the whole hall. The administration came up to us and asked us not to make such a noise, but by that time, I was boiling with rage. We started arguing so hard that we didn't notice that we were already shouting too much. In the end, I couldn't stand it and pushed her. I know it was unacceptable, but it was clearly not my day. That girl pushed me back, and at that moment, a nurse was walking behind me. She was carrying a tray with some medications. I pushed her, and we fell, and the liquid in the test tube spilled over my face and neck. After a moment, I felt a terrible burning sensation on my skin. I started screaming. I didn't know what to do. I was not the only one who started panicking. The doctors immediately came running up to me. They put me on a stretcher and took me somewhere. In my mind, I remember my mother's voice when she and my father saw me on the gurney. My mother was hysterical. I was given a procedure, then put to sleep. I woke up in a ward with a bandaged face, and my mother and father were sitting next to me, crying. "Honey, how are you?" "It's okay. It burns a little."
"It's all over, daughter. Now everything will be fine."
"What happened?"
"You got drugs on your face that caused a severe allergy because you've had sensitive skin since birth."
"And everything's fine, right?"
"Everything is fine. You will be cured. But in the meantime, rest. We love you very much."
After a couple of days, I had the strength to look in the mirror, and I saw only bandages on my face. The sight was something else. But I didn't think I'd lost my face once and for all. 3 more days passed.
"How are you, princess?"
"It doesn't hurt anymore, but when will I get the bandages off?"
"The nurse will come and do everything while you sit down."
Great. I waited in anticipation. I couldn't wait to take everything off and go home. But when the bandages were removed, I froze in horror. There were strange spots on my face, blisters in places, and my face was so swollen. I screamed in horror, started to get hysterical, cried, and asked what happened to me.
"You're allergic, you know. We saved your sight, and that's a good thing because you could have lost it."
"Maybe I wouldn't have seen my ugly face then." My mother was sitting next to me, trying to calm me down, but I attacked her, started shouting, accusing her, saying that she and my father had persuaded me to come to the damn hospital, that if I'd stayed at home, nothing would have happened. My parents were crying, and so was I, and it was the worst day of my life. We went home and I got depressed. I never looked in the mirror. I locked myself in my room and didn't come out. I didn't want to live anymore. I didn't talk to anyone, and I thought that my life was over. So a month passed. I lost weight. I stopped caring at all. I was alone all the time. And then someone rang our doorbell. My mother opened the door and told me that a guest had come to see me. "Don't let anyone in. Tell them to go."
"It's that girl from the hospital."
"What? Did she still have the nerve to come to me?" I ran downstairs angry. I wanted to cry and hurt her. She stood in the hall and looked at me guiltily. "Get lost! What do you need? Come to laugh?" No, I heard what happened to you. I just want to help."
"You've already helped."
"I know it's my fault. I want to help, please." "Nothing will help me anymore. Look at me." "My mom, as a cosmetologist, she said that she can help you. It's free. You need to go through a lot of procedures. It will take about a year, but everything will heal. Come to our salon. My name is Betty. Call me when you're ready." Betty left, and I stood there with her card in my hand. Another week passed. I decided I wasn't going anywhere. And then, all of a sudden, I wanted a pizza. So I ordered it, and when the delivery guy came, no one answered the door. Mom was in the bathroom. Dad was in the toilet. For the first time in so long, I opened the door, and the delivery guy was just dumbfounded. He looked at my face. Then I took the pizza, threw him his money, and slammed the door. Tears welled up in my throat. My mother tried to calm me down, and then I shoved the business cards from Betty at her. Then I decided that it might be worth a try. I called her and went to their salon. Her mother examined my skin and said that everything can be fixed. These were the best words I could have hoped for. I was assigned a lot of things, and then Betty invited me to her house. "My mom is a beautician, and I'm into makeup, so let me try some on you?" "Can I?" "Of course you can." "Okay." She spent 2 hours doing something on my face. Then when I looked in the mirror,
I saw another me in front of me. I was a real beauty. Tears welled up in my eyes, and Betty took my hand and pulled me out for a walk. I hadn't been out for so long, but I was looked at, admired, and a couple of guys even wanted to take my number. This attention gave me hope. I was very happy. I asked Betty to teach me the secrets of makeup, and she told me everything. How to properly apply base, take care of your skin, do eyebrow correction, draw eyeliner, use concealer. I didn't know all this before. And then she taught me how to do makeup every day. So when I woke up, I went to the mirror and was transformed beyond recognition. Then one day, Betty came up to me and handed me a small suitcase. "This is a gift for you." "Wow, what is it?" When I opened it, I was just blown away. There was a lot of makeup. She gave me a beauty box. I was thrilled. "Oh, Betty, you shouldn't have. It's a gift from my mom and me. I still feel guilty. I hope we can cure you. You won't be mad at me?" "Are you kidding? You're the only one I've allowed to come near me." "Thanks. You know, despite the makeup and all that, my mom, as a cosmetologist, says that the main thing is to accept yourself as anyone. Only then will others also love you, and makeup and care is already secondary." "Maybe you're right. By the way, it's been 6 months. My skin is much better. The blisters are gone. There are only spots here and there." "I told you, my mother is a pro." That's how I imperceptibly experienced a fateful moment in my life and found a friend who helped me to love myself anyway. I still get the attention from the outside, and it's inspiring. In addition to the procedures, Betty and I were so interested in makeup that we signed up for a bunch of master classes with World Beauty Masters. I've decided to go into the beauty industry to help other girls like me, insecure girls, find their makeup, create the image they want, and conquer the world. Do you think we can handle it? Tell me, did you guys like my story? Write your opinion about it in the comments below the video. Do not forget to like it, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.